This was purchased at the Restore, and I believe after discount it was about $50. Now, this was a handmade hutch that my stepdaughter wanted to get it redone. Most of it was plywood, and it seemed to me there was a latex top. These are copper hinges, and this is the copper compared to the paint. There were copper screws, and we were actually pretty impressed by that. My stepdaughter did not want the slide that was on the top of the hutch, so I removed it very easily. There were 2 screws, and then just using a putty knife, I popped it right out of there. She also purchased this paint at the Restore. It came in 2 different, I believe, quart-size jugs, and they were each $5. I didn't know how much paint I needed to paint, so I suggested 2. So she got a kind of a gray and a kind of a blue gray and a green gray, and I did half and half, and I also added some water in there. Now, for the whole unit, except for what I did, we did sand with 80 grit sandpaper. Up here, I sanded it with 60, and I was shocked how much flaking there was. So after I sanded for probably a half an hour, I got my heat gun out and I removed all of it, which worked out really well. This is showing how we believe it was made by a human and not in a factory. You can see where all of the chisel parts were and how nothing really matches. And yeah, there were some gaps in some parts that I used some adhesive to fill in, and it dries and it's paintable. And so, yeah, we're pretty sure this was 100% made by a human. So after we cleaned it all up and we sanded it, I put the paint in my spray gun and I spray painted it 3 times. And I'm not a pro at it very much, really not very well. So I did have to use a paintbrush to get any of the oversprayed parts. Now you can also see that I did not cover this wood up. Normally I don't paint wood if I don't have to. However, this is plywood, and plywood untreated is kind of hard to clean. So I figured it'd be easier for me to spray paint it all. As you can see right here, I did do all the sides when I was all done. Also, I polyurethaned it and I put on a wax. So hopefully it will be really easy to clean. So you can see the different stages. There were some stripes. It was the first coats. And I did all of the drawers as well. I cleaned the knobs and the hinges. They are copper. And I took off all of the old coating on it, and then I put a new coat on it. Today we delivered it to my stepdaughter's house, and here's where it will be. Here is an homage to the original color in case we miss it, which I will not. And she was going to put like pretty flower knobs on, but after I cleaned it all up, she seemed to like it very much. Then my husband also mounted the top to the wall, so if any little child tries to climb up on this, nothing will happen. You cannot knock this down. Here is the before, in case you forgot how it looked. And here is the after. It took about 3 days to do it, but I enjoyed every minute. Please subscribe if you haven't, and have a great day.